That's Mark Zuckerberg describing the future of his entire advertising business. And if you run ads, work at an agency, or build creative for a living, he just described a world where you don't exist. So my team and I did something slightly unhinged. We blocked out 48 hours and we watched every single interview that Zuckerberg has given on advertising in the last year. Interviews, podcasts, Stripe sessions, earnings calls, hours of it. Pages of notes, quotes that we had to rewind 5 times to make sure we heard right, and what I found goes way deeper than that one clip everyone's sharing. He's laid out a complete plan to automate advertising. The creative, the targeting, the measurement, all of it. The stuff people like us get paid to do. Now my agency has spent over $100 million on this platform building ads for e-com brands. So when I heard his plan, it genuinely rattled me. But buried in those same interviews, Zuckerberg let something slip. One line that flips the entire thing on its head and turns the scariest moment in advertising into the biggest opportunity that creative people and brands have ever had. Let me show you everything we found. So here's what Zuckerberg's building. He laid it out in 3 parts, and you need to understand all 3. So part 1 is that targeting is dead. He told Ben Thompson that over the last 5 to 10 years, Meta has, in his words, started to discourage businesses from trying to limit the targeting. He said it used to be that a brand would come in and say, I want women aged 18 to 24, and now Meta's answer is basically don't do that. We're better at finding your customers than you are, and if you've ever run ads since the Andromeda update, then you've already felt this. So broad targeting beats your hand-picked audiences every time now. And so this is the part that people miss. When you stop targeting with audiences, your creative becomes the targeting. The ad itself decides who it reaches. A video like this one signals to Meta exactly who it's for. That's not an accident, it's the whole strategy. So remember that, because that's the whole key to the third part that's coming up. So for part 2, measurement becomes outcomes. He said the first thing Meta built wasn't creative or targeting. It was measurement. The whole machine is being rebuilt around one idea, which is that you don't pay for impressions or clicks anymore. You pay for results. So you tell Meta what a customer is worth and they go out and get them. Now for part 3, and this is the one that really scared us, is that AI makes the ads.
In the future, if you were working with a creative agency to make creative, you'll probably keep doing that. If you aren't, then and you're just kind of hacking something together and throwing it into Meta's ad system, well, now we're going to be able to come up with like 4,000 different versions of your creative and just test them and figure out which one works best.
He described running experiments where Meta generates thousands of variations of an ad, different images, copies, hooks, and pushes them to small test audiences and finds the winner automatically. So thousands of ads automatically. To picture what he means, imagine every ad you've ever seen from a brand, times 1,000, made and tested before you've even finished your coffee in the morning. So that's the machine he's describing. And when Thompson asked what if you could produce an infinite number of variations, Zuckerberg's answer was 7 words, or we just make it for them. So that's what's currently seen as the whole agency model: creative, targeting, measurement, and he just automated all 3 in one sentence. Now I could sit here and tell you that this is all hype, and that's what a lot of people in my industry are doing right now, which is pretending that it's not happening. But I'm not going to do that, because he is right. For most businesses, he's totally right.
Well, there's 2 basic versions of this. I think this is probably good context for folks who have. One is just the transformation of the ad system, right? Where it used to basically be, if you wanted to run ads, you had to come up with your own creative, and you had to come up with who you wanted to reach. You had to kind of have a sense of who your customers were and do a lot of your own measurement. And over time, we've just automated more and more of this stuff.
Zuckerberg pointed out that there are hundreds of millions of small businesses in the world, and most of them have no marketing capability at all. So no creative team, no media buyer, nobody to help them. So for that business, the plumber, the local store, the founder doing everything alone, Meta's AI machine is genuinely incredible. They type in a goal, connect a card, and the machine does the rest. It's the best thing that's ever happened to them. And the machine's output will be good. It'll be good enough. For a business that had nothing, good enough is a miracle. So if your only value is pressing buttons in Ads Manager and writing a basic ads, then yes, your job is going to go away, and we won't pretend otherwise. But here's the thing Zuckerberg said that almost everyone glossed over, and this is the whole game. In the same breath as all of the automation talk, Zuckerberg said this: there's still something about authenticity, something about the human story that people really respond to. The best creators tell a compelling story and have a unique perspective, and that's going to remain true even as AI gets better. So read that again, because the most data-driven advertiser on earth just admitted that machine can't manufacture the thing that actually makes people buy. The AI can generate 1,000 variations, but it can't decide what's worth varying. It optimizes the delivery of an idea, but it doesn't have the idea. So let me show you what I mean. This is Obvi. They run dozens of static variations. Meta's AI would love this, lots to test. But look at the hook in this one. I cancelled 3 subscriptions. Not save money, but a specific human, almost confessional line. So no AI generates that from average performance data. A human who understood the customer wrote that, or at least chose for the AI to make that. So the AI can test it against hundreds of others, but a person had to think of it first.
Lose your wallet? Just open Find My. and ping it. That's EDC done right.
Or this, Ridge runs through Marcus Brownlee's channel. You cannot generate a partnership with him inside of an AI studio. The trust, the face, the credibility, that's all human relationship. And that's a strategic decision. The machine's not going to make that for you.
I'm one of your razor bumps. You've tried everything to stop me. Here's why you can't.
Or for example this, an animated razor bump talking to cameras selling skincare. Someone had the insight that personifying the customer's pain would stop the scroll. AI executes ideas like that. It doesn't originate them on its own. This isn't theory for me. This is what we do every day. And the results are the entire argument. Take DogTV. The single biggest win that we got for them wasn't an ad. It was one strategic decision, sending traffic to a listicle landing page instead of their homepage. That one human call lifted their performance by 300%. Their ROAS went up by 5x and their average order value doubled. No Advantage Plus button did that. The strategy did. Or for CRM Jewelers, we've grown their revenue by 300% in the last 60 days. This was heavily built on a creator-led creative pipeline, as well as a high volume of testing directed by a human. So we were testing creative at scale, which is exactly what Zuckerberg praises, but we were deciding what to test. And with Fatworks, over 5 years we took them from $200,000 in revenue to over 12 million. That's not a 60-day hack that can be automated by AI, that's 5 years of creative strategy compounding. So the machine optimizes a campaign, but it doesn't build a brand. So if you take Zuckerberg seriously, and you obviously should, here's exactly what to do about it. 3 things. Number 1 is stop fighting the targeting. He's right about this, and so you need to quit handpicking audiences and narrowing interests. You've got to let AI find your buyers. Your job isn't to constrain the machine, it's to feed it better creative. Now for number 2, you want to move your energy from production to strategy. The machine will make the variations, but it will never decide the angle, the hook, the customer insight, the emotional truth, and that's where every dollar of your attention should go now. So become the person who has the idea, not the person who makes the file. And for step 3, build your results story now. Zuckerberg's whole world is outcome-based, so document your wins, your ROAS, your AOV, your before and afters. In a world where the machine is invisible, the proof of outcomes is the only currency that matters in this space. So here's what I landed after all those hours of interviews. So Mark Zuckerberg's building the most powerful distribution engine that the world's ever seen, and he's not wrong about almost any of it. But he told you himself with that one line about authenticity, the machine distributes, it doesn't create. So your job, my job, is to give it something worth distributing. Whether you're a brand or an advertiser, this all applies to you. We do this for e-com brands every single day. We build the creative strategy that actually feeds the machine. So if you're spending over $10,000 a month on Meta and you want us to look at your account, there's a free audit linked below, which is no obligation. And I've been told that it's the most comprehensive meta ads and creative audit in the e-commerce space. We do a select few of these audits every single month, and we analyze your entire ads library, ad account, and creative strategy to tell you exactly what we would implement for you. You can then go away and test that and see how it performs for you. And 90% of the brands that have given us feedback on our audits have said that it's led to a substantial increase in their results. So if this changed how you're thinking about your ads, then there's one more video I would watch next, which is where I break down the best ad creatives that I could find on Meta right now after scouring hundreds, if not thousands of creatives on Meta. I break down exactly why they work and how you can replicate them yourself. I'll leave a link to that right here, and I hope to see you in the next video.